Alrighty, hello everyone, it's Silver Kyle here, and I just finished watching the Microsoft conference from E3 2014, and I'm really happy. There's one game in particular that just basically has me sold on the Xbox One, and I think that a lot of people will also be sold from this series. I'll talk about that when I get to it. I'm going to go about this chronologically, and I tried to write down every game that they talked about, so I'll try to go through this as fast as possible. They started it off with Call of Duty, which they seem to always be doing nowadays, which is fine. The Advanced Warfare, I think, is the next game. And I'm not super sold on this. I still don't know how to feel about this because it's very different for Call of Duty to go this futuristic. And because it looks really different. There's like drones flying by and there's like a ton of them, and it looks like, you know, when something mystical, like bats or something, are like coming down. That's what it seemed like. I was like, that doesn't really follow Call of Duty. But this is also like, finally they're changing things up a little bit. So it could hinder them, but it could be a good thing as well. I'm just not super sold on it yet. It does look nice though. Same thing for the next one, Forza Horizon 2. We heard about this beforehand, so it's nothing new. But it looked graphically really nice. And then they had Evolve. Evolve, I'm really sold on. I didn't know that this was from the creators from Left 4 Dead, so right there, I'm sold on the game. And it looked really nice. I really enjoyed the graphics and the style that they were going for this game. And the 4-player co-op, I'm in. Next up, another co-op game, and that's Assassin's Creed Unity. They started this trailer, and I was like, this looks like every Assassin's Creed game we've ever seen before. But then they added in that you can play 4 players co-op and work together. I wish that they would have used a different mission and kind of showed a little more of what they can do. They kind of just had them storm this place, fight a few people, and kill this one guy. And I was like, I expected just a little bit more. But it looks cool and it looks different enough, so I'm happy with that. Next up is Dragon Age Inquisition. And this one I'm excited for because this is like the first RPG that we have for this generation of new consoles. I'm really excited for this. It does look very nice. I like the dragons. You know, are a big, obviously Dragon Age, but I like the battles that they had where they're all kind of working together to take down this dragon, and you can control whoever you want through this game to kind of take on this dragon and basically switch back and forth, and I like that. I like the new battle system, or the battle system that they're using for this. It looks really nice, it does. I'm sold on that game. Sunset Overdrive, which came out with a really awesome, funny trailer. I like the humor that they're using in this, and I like that it's so colorful, and it's like he's talking, and it's filled with humor. Like, oh, and the main character, the hero for this game is me. Oh no, wait, okay, no, it's not me, it's you, and it's just I like that. And then they kind of made him go around and just pew pew pew, just blast a bunch of stuff and use a bunch of parkour. Flying around and moving around. I just like, yes, this is this, and it's so colorful. It's so, you know, a cheeky kind of humor, a very light tone to this game. So it's kind of like very different from what Microsoft has been going for lately, which is like very dark, like Gears of War, where it's very dark, gritty, you know, not a lot of colors. This is the complete opposite of that, and I like that. The new Dead Rising game, which is called Super Ultra Dead Rising 3 Arcade Remix Hyper Edition EX Plus. It's ridiculous. That is, or EX, sorry. It's nuts. It's just, that is ridiculous. I love that. And they didn't spend too much time here. 4-player co-op where you can kind of cosplay as all your favorite Capcom characters. Really funny. I think it's DLC for the Dead Rising 3 game here. Next up, Fable Legends. They showed a little bit more here. I'm really excited for this game where you can kind of be the villain and play in an RTS environment where you kind of throw off all the enemies towards the heroes, where you can also be the 4 heroes, like battle through this. I liked the Winter character. At one point, she kind of like just made a spear show up, an ice spear show up in her hand, and she threw it at the monster and it went right through him. And I was like, that looks pretty awesome. That's what I got from that trailer, but it looks really fun. I think the beta is coming out in October, they were saying. Spark, a little bit more from Project Spark, and at the end of it they showed Conquer. I find this funny because it's like Rare didn't show anything here, but there's a Rare character, and if you want to play him, you can go inside the game and create your own Rare Conquer game, I guess. It's so sad for Rare, but it was cool to see Conquer. Next up, the biggest game for me, and a lot of people, I assume. Not everybody is into it, and that's fine. You know, if you don't like Halo, that's okay. But for those of us that do, they are coming out with the Master Chief Collection. I thought it was just going to be Halo 2 Anniversary. Then there's sort of some rumbles that they were going to make 1, 2, 3, and 4 all in one game, and they are. So you can play the entire campaigns from all of them. 4,000 achievement points, gamer score, available here. And it's huge, all on one disc, and they're including all the maps from the multiplayer from every one of those games. There's over 100 maps here in multiplayer. They showed Ascension, which just brought the feels of Halo 2, and I was just like, the memories of this. And it was perfect. The guy was running around. It was a 4-player free-for-all. He was running around. He dual-wielded for a second, and then he's like, screw this, I'm going for the grenade launcher at the bottom there. The rocket launcher, he just jumps down, bounces back up, and I was like, I know where everything is here. Look to the right, there's a sniper right there, you can hear him. It was beautiful. I was sold on this, and I like that it's 1080p, 60 frames per second, and they said that they really tried to make it like the old, exactly how it was. It's just that it's in 1080p and 60 frames per second. That's pretty much what they did. And I think that they kind of showed a difference between the two, and I think you can go back. They were talking, I didn't exactly hear exactly what they had said, but it's something about you can go switch between the new style that they've created, but also the old style. If that's an option and that's real, if I heard that correctly, that's pretty freaking awesome. I like that. They showed a bunch of indie games, and they kind of just steamrolled through them. A lot of them looked really interesting. There was one of them that was like a 50s cartoon. Looked freaking awesome, like the crappy quality that you would see on TV. I thought that looked really interesting and different. There was a few other games there. There was one of the games that I think they gave a little bit more time. I can't remember what it's called, but it was like this giant black character walking around, and he meets this really small white character, and they kind of become friends. And at the end of it, I was like, like I actually felt what they were trying to achieve, I guess, at the end of that. And I thought that was really nice, and they also had everyone in the audience. They had lights that came on every once in a while and flickered. That was really cool. A new Tomb Raider game coming out. They didn't really show much, but they just showed that Lara Croft is coming back in 2015, because I guess the games are doing really well. The Witcher 3, which I hadn't seen anything before, and I've never played any of the Witcher games, so I don't know if this is a new ability or something, but they showed The Witcher 3, and they showed the main character, and he has this power that he can see where evil is, and he can track them, and he started tracking like this beast, and I was just like, it looked beautiful. This is probably the game that I say looked the best in terms of like just quality, like graphics. There's out of this world. And I really like that he was kind of following and tracking this monster. I thought that was really cool. I don't know if this is in the previous Witcher games. I've never played them before, but it looks really nice. Then they showed Phantom Dust, which is an IP, I think, from the Xbox, the original Xbox. I thought that this looked okay. I've never played the original, so I didn't get like they didn't really show much other than they're making a new Phantom Dust game. So it's like, oh, if you've been following the series, you're really excited. If you're not, nah, like me, I was just like, okay. Then they showed a little bit of Tom Clancy's The Division. I think that, like when I had seen it earlier last year, I thought it looked pretty interesting. And I like that in this one they showed a little bit more, kind of like the same thing though. But I like that they're talking about exactly what's going on in the game, so you know exactly how the AI knows what's going on in the game and tells you accordingly what to do and what's left to do. I like that. It seemed real. And last but not least, there's two games here. Two exclusives at the end. Scalebound, which is the new IP that is very Japanese. This guy shows up and he's got these big, headphones, and he starts battling this giant monster with a dragon, and then he hops on the dragon and another 4 dragons show up, or there are 4 dragons in total, and they're heading towards this big, like, Hydra type monster. And I thought that looks interesting and fun. I'm in with that. And the last one, which is the new Crackdown game. I don't think they specifically said it was Crackdown 3, but it's the new Crackdown with the cell shading and everything, and it looked really nice. I like that because of the cell shading, it looks different enough from every other game that's out right now. So not only do the graphics look amazing, but it's different and unique enough because it's not like every other game that's out at the moment. I like that. I've never played any of the Crackdown games, but this trailer made me want to go back and play the first 2. So we'll see. Either way, I'm really happy with this. The new games that are exclusives, The Dead Rising 3, although I think that's DLC, Master Chief Collection, Scalebound, and Crackdown, the new Crackdown game. And plus we also have, through that, we have Forza Horizon 2, Sunset Overdrive, Fable Legends, Spark, Project Spark. Like, there's a lot of exclusives here, and I like that they're not just relying on a few Gears, Forza, Halo. A few of those are here, but there's new stuff here too, which I'm really happy for. So thank you all for watching. You've been bearded in. Let me know in the comments below what you're most excited for. For me, it's obviously Master Chief Collection. That's day one buy, guaranteed. I'm all over this. I need to go and get an Xbox One now. Well, after the price drop. So anyway, you've been Bearded, and thanks for watching, everyone. Beardage.